I want to go back to the WoW discussion.
Oh boy. Okay. Are you going to show me that video?
Yeah. That's why I brought it. That's why I was putting it up on the screen there. So first of all,
who show me that video? I forget. I was watching some streamer. Oh no, it was S-Fan.
Well,
S-Fan TV.
Before you get into it, I want to talk about Onivas, right? So we're talking about WoW.
Onivas was your buddy and your partner in crime in WoW.
But the other undead warlock that we used to destroy things with. Now that episode, I'm posting that now, so it'll probably we'll just say 2 weeks ago that dude Onivas. After that, after us talking about us being addicted to WoW and how we had to quit like a fucking alcoholic pouring all the booze down the sink, he texted me like 20 minutes after.
Oh no.
And he texted me going, so I'm glad my computer, this is not exact words, but this is the gist of it. I'm glad my computer is out of date, so I can't go back to playing. And my response was, that means you checked. That means you went to like canyourunt.com and check to see if it'll run WoW. So you went through the process of that.
WoW is 20 years old or 19 years old. How old is his computer?
No. Well, his computer's pretty old, but but it's not just because it's 20 years old. They've been updating it to the point where the computer he used to run it on
Classic.
No, still it won't run. He specifically looked up WoW Classic and it won't run. So anyway, the next day, so I talked to him on the phone and I was ragging on him for checking, and he goes, "You have no idea." He goes, I wanted to see how much it would be to upgrade the computer.
Oh boy.
So he's looking up video cards and now he's saying, well, it's a good thing it's out of my price rate. Like this is an addict going, I can't scratch enough together to get a bump. I can't. It's a good thing I'm broke because I can't get enough. Because if I wasn't broke, then I would be back in the throes of my addiction. Because any other time that's come up, like it's a trigger. Like we talk about that stuff, and both of us feel like logging on, especially because WoW Classic is a thing.
That
so we can go back to the old stuff that we like. Yeah. So anyway, so then you sent me this video, and I wanted to play a portion of it because I wanted to get back to the thing that you said.
Well, let me first just say, I was watching S-Fan TV, who is a WoW streamer. He streams WoW. You know, he's like a big WoW guy. And he was just ragging on this dude video. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta show these two.
Wait, you said this thing. You was ragging on this video.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so here, let's play this.
Teenager hooked on violent computer games.
I like that. Violent computer games.
Yeah, exactly. Name any computer besides Hello Kitty that doesn't have violence.
Mother says his personality has changed and that he's become.
I love the smugness of this woman. Like she's talking about like the next apocalypse.
Yeah. And here it is. And there's WoW. By the way, I would like to point out this fucker's alliance. I hope he dies.
Fantasy and fun. But for 16-year-old Cameron Sandler, this is more than a game. It's an addiction and an illness.
Okay, your mom's box, all right? Addiction and an illness. No, it's not. All right? It's somebody's passionate about something.
I agree with you.
Why? If it was working, if you were addicted to work, nobody would say anything. I mean, there are people who work
if you're addicted
90, 80 hours a week, and nobody says jack squat about that.
If you're addicted to working out, he's in shape. If you're addicted to food, it's a problem. Everything's
always an issue. Why can't people just let people enjoy
but
shit they do?
Here's the thing I'll
enjoy
say.
Their things.
Here's the thing I'll say. Okay. I I was talking to Onavas today because I was posting the WoW video, and so I'm talking to him, and I had said, because we started talking about it, we were addicted. There's no doubt we were addicted to this game. I had to delete my characters to keep from going back, because then the daunting task of building up a new character would stop me. Well, anyway, so we were addicted. But here's the thing I said to him. I said, dude, I loved every minute of playing that game.
You,
However,
let me ask you a question. When you woke up, did you have a smile on your
yeah,
face?
dude, I
when you playing
enjoyed
the
every
game?
second of it. But let me finish, because
Okay.
however,
However.
if I was a teenager when this thing came out, I would not be able to describe to you what pussy feels like right now. Because if I was a teen, I would look, when I was a teenager, I was never in the house. I came back to the house to sleep, and then I left. I went to school, and then when I came home from school, I got changed or whatever, and then I went out with my friends, and then didn't come home until, like, there was no coming home for supper. As a teenager, I was out. I was out and
Yeah,
about. I was
because
doing
you
my
had to
thing.
get away from
I
your
was
parents. We had
Yes,
this
I was
discussion.
getting laid. If this came out, if WoW was a thing when I was a teenager, I would have been left sitting in my room. It would have been, that moment in the South Park video, or the South Park episode with WoW, where Cartman and the rest of them are just getting fatter and fatter, and getting breaking
Okay,
out because they're not
and
breaking to take a shower.
that's I love the video. I mean, I love that show. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I love that episode. It's one of my favorite South Park episodes. Okay, but that is such a stereotype of the kid. I mean, look at this kid. This kid. Wait, put it back.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, go
The
ahead.
kid. This kid is addicted. He's skinny. He's not some fat
No,
blob.
I
You know,
yeah.
It's
My
not.
my point is that I would not have had any kind of social life as a teenager.
Okay, well, I remember you telling me stories of when you moved to down south.
Another
I forget
state,
where.
yeah.
Yes. And you didn't have a social life because all you did was drink all day.
True.
So
But here's the thing, dude.
at least see, here's my thing.
I was an adult at that point. I was 20 something.
Okay. But here's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Why is it that nobody can just enjoy their things? Why is everything have to be made fun of? Just because they do, like, first off, we're grown men. We're
Yeah.
old. We no longer put pussy on a pedestal. It's like like when I first heard about this, reminds me of when I first heard about the red pill. When I first heard about it, the initial ideas were good. Don't be a woman's chump. Wow, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Always better yourself. Okay, yes, always better yourself. Then they have to take it to the next level. This is why women shouldn't vote, and they should just sit in the kitchen all. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You always have to take it to the next level. And where I really stopped listening to them was when it was like, men should only be doing 3 things: working out, making money, and getting pussy. It's like, dude, really? That's it? Those are the only 3 things you're allowed to do in life? It's just like, you know what? All right. And I stopped.
Okay.
I stopped.
All I'm saying is, during your formative years as a teenager, you needed to be getting out there. You needed to be getting pussy.
Do I really? Do we really? I mean, seriously, how many dudes do you know that did all that and they hate their lives?
Oh, dude,
they're working
look,
80,
but here's the
90
thing.
hours a week
Dude.
because of screwing up when they were
Yeah.
in their teens, because they
Well, here's
got
the
some
thing,
broad
dude.
pregnant, and
Dude.
now they're stuck there.
But here's the thing. I did all those things, and I didn't fall in that trap. You don't have to fall in that trap. Just because
you were lucky.
I
know
was.
plenty of dudes.
I didn't get the wrong broad pregnant. I didn't get any broad pregnant. Thank Christ. Because when I think about the chicks that I could have gotten pregnant, thinking about having to be tied to them for the rest of my life. Like, I could, by the time we broke up, I could barely stand them. I can't imagine being stuck with them now I have to raise a kid with this person. Oh my God. So, but I still value the time that I spent out with my friends and getting laid. And dude, I had a lot. Here's the thing: I had a lot of fun as a teenager. A lot of fun. Um, Later on in life, when everybody else is getting a job and all, and I goofed off too much and all that, I wound up moving with my parents because I couldn't afford to be on my own in my 20s. Um, all I'm saying is, I'm glad it wasn't around when I was a teenager. I'm glad. I'm just glad because I had fun and I didn't get caught in a sand trap. But here's the reason I wanted to bring up the video. So the one thing that you pointed out. So I'm like, okay, first of all, my parents, when I was a teenager, they were just glad I wasn't burning shit down. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't have
Yeah.
cared.
Well,
Like this.
which would you rather have kids have? Smoking crack,
Yeah.
doing heroin,
Yeah.
or playing
Exactly.
WoW?
If I was
You know?
sitting in my room the entire time playing on a computer, and by the way, I had a computer in my late teenage years and stuff, and there were times I didn't spend all day on it because there weren't things like WoW. There was a thing called Prodigy. This was before AOL, and it took forever to load anything. So it didn't take up all your life because it wasn't as interesting. But you anyway, I pointed out that if my parents wouldn't have cared, they would have loved the fact that I'm sitting in the room, I'm not out getting some broad pregnant, I'm not out doing, so they would have been happy. However, if they wanted me off this computer, there is no way I could have kept it. That monitor, I guarantee my father would have picked that thing up and
Okay.
he probably wouldn't even open the window. He would have just threw it right through the window and said,
So we're
"You're
not.
done. It's over."
We have to go through this video for me to do my
Okay.
argument.
Go ahead.
I,
All right.
I-
So,
again, I've seen this video.
okay, let's go through it.
Oh,
This really kicks ass, doesn't it?
It all started 18 months ago when Cameron discovered World of Warcraft.
Oh, now I'm
dun
gonna
dun
kill you.
dun.
This never-ending computer game is played by millions around the globe.
From America,
Millions.
Germany, China, all of Europe, England.
And you've got friends in all of these places.
Yeah.
And that's what you refer to them as, your friends.
Yeah. See, that's
Yeah,
where
Eat my ass, this douchebag. Your friends in other countries? Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the 21st century, douchebag. We can talk
well
to other
nowadays
people with the
in
internet.
hindsight nowadays that's not what he's saying doesn't make it because that's what everybody has. Even the people they know in real life, they know better online.
Yeah.
They play
Yeah.
simultaneously for hours on end,
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
fighting and killing their enemies.
I didn't know.
The horror.
Eventually got addicted to it.
Cameron has up to 500 players on his team,
Yeah,
known as a guild.
Yeah, this guy is doing good. He's doing good in the game.
The longest I've ever played it for was 12 hours.
Because let's face it, you don't have 500 other people that like you in the game unless you're good at the game.
And that was just because the guild wanted me on.
Not to mention, he's also addicted to Star Wars. Just look at the poster.
And not for nothing, where else can you meet 500 people? Yeah.
Still, I guarantee you, if you ask this kid what pussy feels like, he couldn't tell you.
And you know what? He's not missing out on anything.
Chill.
Let me just say this right now. You ain't missing out. I've told this to many people who was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I've never been with one. I've said, you're not missing out. Let me be honest with you. You are not missing out on anything. Because let's be real. Back before, I don't know, 1970s, 1980s, there was nothing else better to do. We had nothing else better. There was
true.
nothing else better to do.
You're right. That's
For
true.
how many thousands upon thousands of years, men would just go around fucking women because there was nothing else. What are you going to do? Come home and just stare at the fire? Whoop-de good. Jesus Christ. I'd go insane too and want to fuck a bitch too. But now, okay, and we've done this. The human race has done this for thousands of years. Now we've got this crazy shit where we have online worlds, online personalities, online crazy shit. All right. Human race has done the fucking. Let's do something else. My uncle has fucked. My father has fucked. My grandfather. Well, it's not that special. Fucking relax. It's not that big. Everybody fuck. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Fucking ain't that big of a deal. The only people who find it a big deal are people who've never done it before. And once you've done it enough times, you're like, what the fuck am I? What the
Dude,
fuck am I going out of my mind, wasting my life for this shit for?
Here's a testament to how much there was nothing else to do and how much pussy meant to people. Okay, back in the day, when this was the attire for a woman, I want to explain something that I heard that I found hilarious.
Oh boy!
So they couldn't just go piss in this thing. So they had a piss bag strapped to their leg.
Are you serious?
Yep. When you see back in the day, the old dresses they used to it, they had piss bags. They had piss bags, number one. Number two, feminine hygiene products didn't exist. So this was important enough to men that they ignored all of that. It's just like, let's just move the piss bag aside, honey, because I'm coming in.
I imagine the stink down there.
I know. Whenever I see like Old West and shit like that, and the dude goes in the whorehouse, I'm like, I guess you're supposed to feel bad for her.
Let me show you another video. Let me show you another thing.
Okay.
According to, oh no, where the fuck is it?
All right. While you're searching for that, I'm going to continue to play this.
American accent when you're talking to these people?
I don't know. It's probably like you move to a new country or something. You just end up picking it up.
And that's not all he picked up.
Oh, he's cursing. Oh my God.
Oh, the horror. Okay. Bring this up. Bring this up. Okay. This turtle.
What the
you know
fuck?
what? Have you ever heard about this picture before?
No.
Apparently, back in the day, I don't know what year this is. I think it was early 1900s. This thing, this potato, was the epitome of beauty.
Oh my God.
Dude, seriously. It was I think 13 men killed themselves because they asked her for her hand in marriage and she declined. So they killed themselves. Fuck that shit. There is no woman on the planet hot enough for me to kill myself over, especially this Oompa Loompa.
Are you sure that's the actual broad, or did this guy eat the broad?
Like, and I bring this up again. I know we've had this conversation before, but I bring it up again. Superman 2. Super fucking Man 2.
Okay.
When he gives up his powers, because mother, I love her. Fuck you. There is no woman on this planet hot enough for me to stop being Superman for.
Not to mention
a crock of fucking shit. Even as a dumb kid, before I even know about anything, I'm like, you're giving up being Superman for her? Like, and look, nothing against Margot Kidder. She's a pretty woman. But not enough for me to give up being Superman for. Think of the hottest chick on the planet. Just whatever, Instagram model, whatever, supermodel, whatever, actress. If you were Superman and she said, I want you to give up being Superman to be, get the fuck out of here.
Well, here's the other thing. First of all, she never asked him to give up Superman. He just decided that was a good thing to do.
Exactly.
And, well, here's the other thing. Here's the part that he didn't play out in his head, and what would have happened if him not being Superman lasted a week. He would have started fucking someone else.
Of course. She loved him because she was Superman.
Yeah.
Not because he was Clark Kent.
Dude, she never looked twice at him as Clark Kent. It wasn't until she found out that they're the same. My mic cut out.
I know.
Jesus Christ. It wasn't until she found out that they were the same guy that she's like, oh, Clark. Before that, she had nothing. She wouldn't even look at him. Just not going to talk.
So yeah. Anyway, back to what. See, whatever. You know.
All right. Go ahead. You wanted me to.
This is, I know this comes off as misogynist, but to me, it's not. Why would a woman want a guy that gives up being Superman for? I mean, whatever.
Anyway, so I don't know how much you wanted to play because I wanted to get to what you mentioned when I said.
Okay, well, then jump ahead.
Where?
Just skip ahead to wherever the mother. Yeah, okay, just go there.
Which is the diagnostic statistical manual.
No. Get to the part where she's crying. Oh, my son, my boy. Okay, well.
Oh,
okay,
that was that's her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you were saying that.
Okay, so I was saying, yeah. Well, it would have been my father because he would have been the one strong enough to pick up the monitor. But if they wanted me off the computer, it was easy. I'm a teenager. I got no money. That thing's going out the window, and I can't get another one because I don't have any money because I'm playing WoW 24/7. I don't have a job. So getting so anyway, you said
it's obvious that she's a single mom. Okay. If the father was there, he'd come and like, get off the goddamn computer, cut this shit out. But she's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what, because she's a single mom raising a son.
Yeah. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that concept. And I never even thought about it, never even entered my head. But you were raised by a single mom.
Yes.
So immediately you understood the scenario. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So what is it? Why can't she stop him from playing?
Okay. Well, first off, the dad's gone. Now, women will sit there and be like, I don't need a man. I don't need him. Well, clearly she does because she's crying because she can't get her son to get off the computer. So in her head, she's thinking, I already chased away my husband. Or the man in my life. I got no other man in my life. Clearly, there's no other stepfather or anybody else. So the only man in her life right now is her son. She wants to somehow keep her son in her life because if her son's like, you're not letting me play WoW, then I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm going to move in with dad.
Or somebody else, or run away from home, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, okay. It's the Cartman thing.
Yeah.
You know how Cartman controls his mom. You know, she's a single mom.
I never even put that together.
Oh,
dude, I never even put that together. I just thought she's just a pushover or whatever. I never even put it together that she's the single mom in that.
She wants to keep her little baby around. My little baby,
my little poopsikins.
Especially if it's her firstborn sons. I mean, dude. Look, firstborn sons. I mean, dude, in China, with the one kid policy and throughout all of medieval history, everything's all about the firstborn son. All right. That shit just doesn't go away. Okay. That's been for millennia, for decades. It's all about the firstborn son.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care what feminism says. That shit just doesn't disappear overnight. So everybody's still about the first. I'm guaranteed you that's a firstborn son. She wants to please him, make him happy. Well, not please him like that, fucking perverts, but keep him happy,
right, Oedipus.
And so on. Make him, anything to keep him to stay. All right, because if he goes, now she's all alone, and we all know there's one thing women can't stand is being alone. I mean, if you don't believe me, scroll through TikTok. Holy Jesus, man. Dude, drives me up the wall. I sat through one video of, I forget who, complaining about, it was some dude saying the statistics for single mothers and so on. And most of my TikTok is filled with either engine builds, car builds, PC builds, those videos where people just building stuff and so on. There's a couple of hot Asian girls dancing, some AI stuff, and so on and so on. But every once in a while, they got to pop in this they get these single women. Oh, why can't I find a man? I'm 35 years. Okay, skip. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Just blasting my TikTok every time. And TikTok is awesome because it gives you what you want. If you want to watch, stupid broads doing stupid TikTok moves and all that, it'll give it to you because that's what you look for. But if you want to look up cool stuff like knowledge drops, or like I said, I love watching car builds, like when they build engines, putting the engines together. That's like eye porn for me. Or when they build computers, and not like chintzy little dinky computers, like they go full out with the high-end graphics card, high-end motherboard. They put in the water cooling. I'm like, oh my God. Or even they do a lot of people do woodworking. I never did woodworking, but watching woodworking getting done is just like amazing to me. So if you want to see stuff like that, it's amazing.
There's a dude who's a landscaper on YouTube, and all he does is he'll drive around the neighborhood. He'll find a house that's just completely, it looks like it's abandoned. That's how bad the front yard looks. And he goes and knocks on the door, and lo and behold, there's just somebody who lives there that just doesn't take care of shit. And he just offers them, can I do your lawn for free? But I put it up on YouTube and blah. And he gets shit from some people like there's nothing free and blah blah blah. But eventually gets him to do it. There's something so satisfying.
Oh yeah,
I've seen some watching. Of those. Yeah, it's just
especially
so satisfying
when they go balls deep, where they do like the edging on the lawn.
Yes, the edging is my favorite part.
Yes, I don't know why.
I love that shit. Oh my God, I gotta find this dude's video because I don't know what I
get a bunch of those too.
Look,
but I
can't
do those.
Yeah, I can't sit there and like watch it, but I love it when it's on. Like I put it on, and whatever I'm doing something, I look over and I find myself staring at the screen for 5 minutes. There's just something so satisfying about it, and I love. I don't
perfectly
like
is when they fast forward it, but it doesn't like it's not fast forward where it looks distorted. It just looks like you're watching it really quickly.
Yes,
the best thing that they do.
Yes. And you wouldn't think it's something you'd want to watch. And I wonder how this guy figured out that people like watching this, because if you were to present that as an idea to me before I seen it, and be like, yeah, I landscape and then I just play it on fast motion on YouTube and people watch it. Like, who wastes time watching
Seriously?
that? But I found myself just fascinated, just staring at the screen. I want to find.
Well, you know where I started hearing about it, and it's kind of not exactly the same, but it's kind of the same thing. They have a power washing game where you power wash, and apparently there's just something about it that is just satisfying to watch. All right, these are the ones. You got it up?
Yeah.
This is the one that I'm just. They just put.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh man.
I don't know why it's so satisfying.
I know. Just watching them put that engine together. This is a kind of really short one, but they have long ones with just, or even like, spray painting. Like when they do spray painting the engines.
It's visual ASMR is what it is. It's visual ASMR. Let's see.
Or even when they tear apart the engines. Like see, this guy's doing it good. They take everything out. You're just like, ooh, baby, yes. It's so stupid and goofy.
Yeah. The other thing I like too is have you ever watched people like draw like comic book figures?
Oh, yes.
That's so awesome. I love that stuff. Let's see.
I show the lawn ones.
I thought maybe you wouldn't understand it when I said it, but
oh no, I fully get it.
Yeah.
Okay. See something. See this.
Yeah. The edging,
at this speed. This is the speed that they're supposed to run at. Just
yes.
And
there's a guy. There's a guy that does it on YouTube where it's this fast, but it's the whole yard. And then of course there's the before and after.
See when they do the edging. Oh, I don't even know what it is. It's just so stupid.
I know. You just end up just staring at the screen. That's so satisfying. Anyway.
Especially when they show. See, I'm not finding the ones where it's like a complete wreck. Like you see those ones where it's the yard is just an absolute disaster area, and they just come along and clean it up. Now, of course, when I want to find it, I'm not going to be able
I
to
know.
find it.
I can't. I still can't
It's
find the
so
guy I was
annoying.
talking about. But
But see, I just put in landscaping, and you just find all of these.
yeah.
You know, this is where TikTok is awesome. If I put in dancing dumb broad, yeah, they'll, have a bunch of those, or stupid TikTok dances.
Yeah. See, I'm never on TikTok, but
Oh, well, sometimes when I'm waiting for
here,
like a carrier to pick up or something, you
yeah.
just sit there like, okay, this is mind-numbingly boring or dull.
See, this is satisfying too.
Oh, hold on. What?
This.
Oh, wait. All right, get to the screen. Get rid of this toad. Oh, yes.
Oh. What is it? It's so weird to be fascinated by this. I don't understand what it is. What is it in my brain that sees this and goes, oh, that's so, oh my God, that's so much fun. Anyway.
Well, and here's come on. Oh boy. They open everything
unboxing?
up. Oh, wait. No, not just unboxing. They do every.
Yeah.
They open everything. They unpack it.
Yeah.
They don't get some chintzy parts. They get high-end stuff. Oh boy.
I'll put some paste on there. Come on, put some paste.
Then he pops in the memory. Oh yeah. God, I don't know what. See, I could watch these all day long, man. I don't know why.
That's so good. The paste is on the thing. Okay, good.
They use the liquid cooling and everything.
Yeah,
which I wouldn't use. I would never use it, but
no.
You know what? No, I just
I have a liquid cooled heat sink. Why would you never use it? You're afraid it's going to leak?
Yes. I'm just very, especially, the fact that I found the memory card that I got, the 3060, for $300.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there's not anymore, but Best Buys around me. It's like, I'm not chancing it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just, I got the i9 and I wanted the i9 to be able to run as fast as I can push it and be cooled enough. But then again, I did see a video. There's another thing I watch sometimes, and even if I'm not buying the stuff, where they take the two different products and just compare them. And I seen this one video where they took all the high end and low end heatsink fans and the high end and low end heatsink water cool systems, and the fans outperform them. So it's like,
I think I showed you that video.
Oh, you might have. Yeah, you might have. Yeah. That was after I bought the water cooler. Like, motherfucker. But anyway. But yeah, I still, now you got me paranoid that this thing's gonna fucking God damn it. I don't know. Actually, you know what? The one problem, you're right about the video card, because it's hanging right over the video card. That's the thing that's going to get wet.
And the first thing is going to get wet. It's going to drip right on it. It's like, no. Keep water. You ever see there was a video of somebody had their whole PC in some kind of liquid solution. It wasn't water.
I know what you mean.
I'm like,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
In case, what happens when you need to replace one part, and not even that. Here's the thing. I know my luck and I know me. I'm going to hit something. I'm going to clip something. I'm going to nick something. Something's going to happen that will be totally my fault. That's going to break the damn thing or have it leak or something. So that's why I'm like, no, keep water away from my nonsense.
What the hell is this thing?
That's probably one of those where the whole thing is like a tank. Yeah. It's like some kind of mineral solution. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's now what happens? Basically, whatever it is, it doesn't conduct electricity.
Now, what happens if you want to upgrade something? You got to take the whole thing out, wait for it to dry. It's It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I guess for looks and show, all right, but for practical use,
Well, you might not
outta here.
you might not have to wait for it to dry because if it doesn't conduct electricity,
Do you really want to
then
chance it?
well, no, dude, my computer's not in water. So
But that's what I'm saying.
when I seen the bottom of the tank over here, I at first I was like, is this a fish tank? Like, why did they put gravel at the bottom?
And you know what I love also? Those videos of this guy.
They even got like a little tree, like a fish tank. But yeah,
look at this one. Well, right now they're going. Let me go to the beginning where it showed it. Like that is some God damn it. Back up. Like that.
Yeah, look at those.
That is an epic setup. Like the way they got the lights and everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, like just you're just watching that, you know, and it'll go into the build itself.
Yeah. I wish I had money. You know how many things I would buy
baby,
if I had money. Oh my God. Oh my God. It would I would be like, all right, that's awesome. I built that thing. But you know, I have millions of dollars. Let's build it again, but let's do it this way.
Yeah, seriously.
Jesus. That's why it's got to be so much fun. Those channels that just build computers and just like the whole thing. Once a week, they got to build a new system. So they got to get all these parts and this new thing and blah, blah. That's got to be so much fun.
Well, it's a lot of fun when you're not the one paying for it.
Yeah.
Because when I was putting the AI computer together, I'm like, don't mess up.
Oh,
Please
dude,
don't nothing mess up.
I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling. Dude, the most nerve-wracking part of the whole thing, you put the whole thing together, is that first push of the power button. You're like, motherfucker, if it doesn't. And by the way, I've built maybe 5 computers myself. Well, for myself, I've worked for other places and put together other computers, but for myself, I built like 5. And out of those 5, I would say 3 of them, you push the button the first time, it doesn't start. And you're like, motherfucker, because that could be anything from the power supply. You didn't connect the power button from the case onto the motherboard correctly. It could be from the simplest thing to the fucking motherboard is fried. You don't know.
The very first computer I put together, very first time I ever did it.
Yeah.
I powered it on. It powers on. All I hear is, I'm like, what the hell? Oh my God. I immediately turned it off. I'm like, what?
Can I guess what it was?
Go ahead.
One of the wires was sticking into the fan.
God damn it. Exactly.
I've had that. That's why I knew. Because I had that and you just gave me PTSD when you said it. I was like, God damn it.
Eric, check this shit out.
Yeah.
Check this one out. This would be my nightmare.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh my God. He immediately unplugged it, right?
Oh, dude. Oh God.
Yeah, dude. Because the excitement I love when you get the new stuff in the mail, and when you're building the computer, you get when everything comes in. That's my favorite part. My first favorite part is when the box is sitting on your doorstep and you bring it into the house. You're like, and then you open it, but you don't have all the parts, so you don't take it all the way out yet. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna put this in the corner for the rest of the stuff to come in.
I don't know how you do that.
Oh, I
don't know how you do that. I when I got the AI computer, I drove. Well, first I had to go to Best Buy in another state to get the GPU. Then I drove all the way to Micro Center. Oh man! Like, you've never been to Micro Center?
No.
Oh, I would just I just take a trip to see the Holy Land, because that's what it's like.
Yeah.
I get
there used to be a
everything.
Comp USA near me, and I loved going there, but I've never been to Micro Center.
No, Micro Center. Oh my God! And I drive home with and I'm driving like the speed limit, not because of one of these kids, because I don't want to get in an accident or crash the car to mess up my booty of PC parts.
You got one of the boxes on the passenger seat. Do you put your arm out like a mom when you have to press the brake?
I had the seatbelt around the GPU.
Yeah, of course you did. But then so you bring that stuff in the house and you put it. For me, I open it to make sure everything's there, nothing's broken, blah blah blah. Then I just box it back up. It sits in the corner because I can't do anything with it. Right now I have a power supply, a heat sink, and the case. What am I going to do with that? So it has to. I just put it in the corner. It sits in the corner.
Yeah,
And
how do
then
you do that? I don't know how you
what are
do
you going to
that.
do with it?
I'd lose my mind. That's why I go to Pizza. That's why I go to Micro
Oh, you're
Center.
saying you can't. Oh, no,
Yes,
no, no.
that's what I
I order
mean.
all online. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I couldn't do that one
yeah.
part at a time because
Yeah.
well, one,
Well,
you know,
well,
especially
wait. First of all, I don't order one part at a time. I order it all at once. It comes in one part at
yeah.
a time.
Well, here's the bigger thing. You know, like the GPU, the 3060 that I got, it's $300 card.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I couldn't even imagine. Have you seen how some of these delivery people
Oh,
handle
yeah,
boxes?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not doing that to my GPU. Are you out of your mind?
I mean, it's not like,
No.
well, yeah, it just delays the build because you're not going to keep it. You're going to send it back, and you're going to know it's just going to
Mhm.
be another 3 days before
But
you
still,
can go
and
in
I've seen pictures of people getting their GPUs and the box is like crushed in half.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy, no, there's no way
Oh,
I'm ever ordering
I
parts.
just seen this on the video, by the way.
Oh,
Apparently, the liquid they're using is mineral oil.
okay.
So just FYI. But
And what if something falls in there that's like not supposed to be in there, you know,
I
like
don't know.
dust and stuff?
I don't know. I don't know. But here's my question though. How much cooler could it make it? It's in oil. Everything I've ever put in oil with heat, it just holds the heat.
Well, also, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to like launch nuclear weapons with an
Yeah.
i5 or something?
Yeah.
Because I've run some heavy, like on this i9
You
computer that I've
overclock
got.
and everything.
No, come on. Look, I'm very, especially, I mean, well, I forget. Well, it did come with a motherboard and memory. So it was like $400, but even still,
Yeah.
like I'll mess with things.
Yeah.
Like I'll mess with things software wise, but hardware wise,
Yeah.
there's a reason why they put limiters on it. And have you heard about, I forget what it's called. Again, this is something I learned on TikTok. We never learned this anywhere else except on TikTok. Like, let's say they want, I forget what the actual name of it is, but it's this process where they want to make i9s, okay, like our version of i9s, whatever, or I forget what the code is. Okay, now the making a processor is such an exact science that it doesn't always work right. It doesn't always come out. So let's say an i9 is not at i9 level, so they'll just market it as
And
an
then you
i7.
overclock it. Yeah.
No, they'll market it as an i7, even
Oh.
though it's technically an i9. Since it
Oh.
didn't meet the specifications for an
I didn't know that.
i9, they just say this is an i7.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. Dude, I remember hearing, now I don't know how true it is, but I remember reading that. So if you see video cards and you got like, let's say the 3060, the 3050 and the 3090, and you see all these different things, but the hardware specs are the same. In other words, they got the same amount of RAM and that the only difference is that the lower grade ones have certain features turned off.
I wouldn't doubt that.
In other words, all it is, it's still, it's all the same hardware, it's all the same specs, it's all the same everything. The whatever ray
I think I've heard
tracing,
that.
blah blah blah. And all they do is they turn that stuff off. So there's people out there that take the lower end one, and then they unlock all those features, and now they have the 3090.
Yes, I think I've heard that.
Yeah,
But you have to
which
know
is
what
crazy
you're
to
doing.
me. Which is crazy to me. It's kind of like low fat milk. You know what I mean? Like or no fat milk. Wait a minute. It's more money for less. I mean, all they're doing is it's the same product. It took the same amount of materials. It took the same amount of programming to create it. In fact, it takes more work to remove the stuff, to disable the stuff,
What I
and then
think
you sell it for.
I think
I mean,
it's like my i7 i9
yeah,
spiel. It might be able to, but
yeah,
they can't guarantee it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
maybe,
Like it's getting to the whatever
yeah.
3090 specs, but it's like
So this
they'll hit in the
3090,
range.
when you enabled the advanced ray tracing, blah blah blah, it started to heat up. So like, all right, let's
Yeah.
disable that, and so,
hmm
okay, yeah, maybe, but
Because
I
they
just found it fascinating that it's the same thing. All you're doing is paying for a little checkbox next to a feature. That's all you're paying
it's
for.
like a workout bench.
Yeah,
You know, a workout bench is rated for 300 pounds,
yeah,
but it can take up to 600.
yeah,
But they don't want people, if you put 500 and it breaks,
yeah.
you know, they don't want people suing them. So they say, okay, it's safely rated at 300.
Mm,
That
yeah,
kind of thing.
I guess, but
I mean,
still,
dude, there are people who put Gorilla Glue in their hair, so they got to protect against everything.
oh, I remember hearing that. I remember seeing that video. I was like, oh my God. Like she didn't have hairspray. So she's like,
Mhm.
Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
That's
Like that's my first thought. You know,
yeah, exactly. My my
it's
thought
a
would have
simple
been,
mistake. Everybody makes that mistake.
yeah, my first thought would have been, I guess I'm doing without hairspray. But no, let's take some industrial strength glue,
And
the kind that they take construction workers and glue them up by their hat onto an I-beam. Let's take that glue and we'll style my hair tight to my scalp.
and then she's shocked. Shocked,
Oh,
I tell you, when she can't get it out. Like,
yeah.
oh my
Dude,
god.
I remember having an argument with somebody about, you remember the coffee thing, the McDonald's coffee thing, where the person burned their lap with coffee and it was a big lawsuit? I'm like, it's
Uh,
coffee. It's supposed to be hot.
I
And
think
I had one guy saying, "Well, it's not supposed to be scorching. It's hot enough to burn you, whether it's third degree or fifth degree burns, whatever. You still shouldn't be putting it on your lap."
I've heard both sides of the story, but
I
you're
know.
right. Why are
Yeah.
you don't you have a cup holder? Why would you put it in your even if it was whatever the correct temperature, you're still gonna get
I
burnt.
remember
Like,
seeing a Judge Judy.
oh boy.
I like Judge Judy. She was great back in the day. But there was an episode where a guy cracked a tooth eating clams. Oh, no, not clams. Yeah, I guess. Which are the ones that have pearls? Clams, right?
Oysters?
Oysters, I guess. Okay, so he's eating oysters,
One of
and he
the
cracked his tooth on a pearl. Anyway, he lost the lawsuit. This, a small claims court, because it's only a tooth. It's under $5,000 or whatever, small claims. But anyway, and the judgment from Judge Judy was, that's something inherent in that thing. If you choked on a bone, you know that there's bones. If you're eating clams, you know that there's potential. And if you don't, you're just dumb. So why did the coffee thing get money? I guess McDonald's just wanted to do away with it.
I
Just wanted to
I
squash it.
I'm pretty sure it was settled out of court. They just like, what, all right, whatever.
Probably.
And then from then forward, they protect themselves. The first time, it's always the first time. It's never the second, because always there's other dipshits like, I burned coffee. It's like, oh, we already told you it's hot.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tough shit.
Now there's a warning. You got to
Mhm.
fucking sign a document before you can drink coffee at a restaurant. There's always one asshole that ruins it for the rest. But dude, the court systems are just, I go through this with people all the time, all the different examples of why the court systems are fucked up. I know of a case where a burglar fell through a sunroof and
Yeah.
sued the homeowner
Uh-huh.
and won.
And one.
And
That shit
won.
that shit drives me nuts.
Dude,
It's like,
they dude,
or the
everyone that
kid
in
that comes
the
into somebody else's property and drowns in the pool. It's your fault because you didn't have a gate up.
yeah,
It's
why are
like,
you on my property in the first place? Dude,
or if somebody breaks into your house
Yeah.
and you shoot them outside of your house. It's like,
Oh, so here's the thing.
Seriously?
Well, so when I was growing up, my father was a cop, and here's what my father said. Uh, um, he, he said, if you catch somebody breaking into the window and you shoot them and they fall outside of the window, drag them in and then call the cops, because of the fact that just they were on the way in the window. You shot them because there were cases like this. You shot them to save your family's life. They fell outside of the window. So now it looks like they were outside when they got shot. Even if it wasn't the case, you'll be up for murder for protecting your family. It's the most ridiculous shit ever. But I mean, this isn't even a gun. Dude fell through a sunroof. There's another one where a guy, now this is a dummy. Now they should have basically told this guy, look, for the good of the population, we're just going to execute you before you can procreate. Because this guy sued because the family went on vacation and he seen them packing up the car, and on the way out, he hid in their garage. And then they pulled out and he was stuck in the garage for a week because he couldn't get in and he couldn't get out. So he sued them for the distress of being locked in a garage for a week. And won, by the way, because the court systems are fucking retarded.
See, I on these specific court cases.
Yeah.
Do they get some meathead as a lawyer who to defend? Because I can only imagine that only a moron,
dude,
would have not been able to defend
everyone in that courtroom should have just stood up and said, get the fuck out. Get
Seriously.
out. Now, the bailiff, the jury, the judge, the witnesses, the people sitting watching it should have all stood up and said, get out.
But we know lawyers that are really good at being a lawyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they got this really good, the guy who was suing got this really good attorney, so I would love to know the other side. It's like, did you get some did you get the guy from My Cousin Vinny? The one that the other guy got that couldn't, that was like, you saw My Cousin Vinny, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
The first lawyer,
Yes.
Ralph Macchio's friend,
Uh-huh.
shows that dude's like, did you get him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't wearing your necessary prescription day reading glasses, and he just stands there. Yeah, I love that movie. That's a good movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Okay. My favorite line, you remember the movie Red Heat?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Arnold Schwarzenegger's from Russia. He comes over. Jim Belushi is his partner, and blah, blah, blah. And there was something about drug dealers, and Arnold goes, in my country, we would drag them out into the street and shoot them in the face in front of everyone. And then Jim Belushi goes, well, in America, the lawyers wouldn't allow that. Arnold goes, shoot them first. It's my favorite line. Anyway, all right. That's an hour.
Yes. Okay.